Greetings, Bill here again. I'm going to do another shave for you. Man, I'm doing a lot of these here recently. I intend to do a bit of a showdown between my new fave open blade razor, the Essence by Tedalus, and the uniconic, but the iconic name, the Gillette Fatboy. So I loaded up a Feather Pro Guard in this one. This one is, I didn't expect to do this, but this has a Gillette Silver Blue in it. It's the popsicle stick razor thing. Was started by the father of the stunt shave, Slash McCoy. He's around, you can find him. A group of the guys over at the Shave Den that were there before I was, I guess they saw Slash's video and they decided, well, let's all do this. Let's all make popsicle stick razors and let's all do this. And they decided to do that on several years ago on the 4th of July Independence Day holiday, and they called it Cinco de Julio. Okay, and they all did that on that day, and they had all sorts of different things, and that tradition kind of went on for several years with the Shave Den, the 30-day crew, where they, every Cinco de Julio, they brought out their popsicle stick razors and they did their popsicle stick razor shave. And then somewhere along the line, they came up with this thing for the theme of the month of May, where they called it Mayhem. And the Shave Den kind of became known for this, that, those guys over there shave with double-edged blades stapled to a popsicle stick. And it went way beyond that. I mean, some of the gadgets and gizmos some of these guys came up with, and some of the things they did were quite amazing. It kind of peaked and kind of became a pinnacle after two young guys did, for me, which I never thought I would do one of these, okay? But at the 30-day crew, that's where I acquired the skills, the good principles of wet shaving that I learned how to do this and how to be okay with that. And those are things that I practice every shave to this day. Those two guys, Jim did one of the ultimates. Jim free-handed a feather blade. So he, two fingers. Now, I don't know if he was doing it this way or doing it silent. I don't know how he did it, and he didn't do a video, but he had not been the kind of guy to tell a fib. So I believe that he did it, and I thought, oh my God, how do you top that? Free-handed a feather. And then a popular guy by the name of Adam, who had done a lot of stuff over the years. This guy, and he took a video of it. And if you look on the Shave Den in the month of May, I don't know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or whatever, maybe, I don't know. It's on one of the month of Mays, the Mayhem shaves, where he super glued a double-edged blade to his finger, and he had a video where he was shaving, where he had super glued this blade to his finger. That's like, it was really, really amazing to watch. But it does show you that a good piece of sharp steel, properly held, and that's not properly held freehand in one of those flimsy things or on your finger, but you can adapt and you can work around it. So I'm going to go ahead, and I didn't think I was going to do this, but for the Cinco de Julio of this year, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to repeat it, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and retire my popsicle stick razor. I called it the Fat Boy because I still have a couple of them, straight razors called Sunday Shavers. So I did a take on the name, and I called this one the Friday Shaver. I called it the Fat Boy and put the little Gillette silver blue emblem on there, glued that on there. I call it the Fatboy because when I first put together a popsicle stick razor, I didn't really like having to hold it like this, okay? And I felt a little unsteady, so I made this fat hand on. It's got the little knurls on there, like the namesake Fatboy. Anyhow, let me make sure I'm wet down pretty good. So we're gonna see what shaves better. Is it can the Gillette Fatboy outshave the Essence Razor by Tedalus? We'll see. I'm not rinsing this. I'm going to be just kind of wiping it because you can see what happens with the soap in the water. And this blade is showing its age. It's got really 3 shaves on it, but when you do one of these things, you're really having real good sharp steel. That's the key. It always is for me. Anything in shaving is having the sharp steel. And while this moves along, it is not as good. I felt like I went up a little bit there, which is the tendency to want to do with open blade shaving. If it's not shaving, you want to add pressure and increase the angle, which is not what you want to do. If you got dull steel, you have dull steel. Little grabby right there. Might be just I need a little bit. A little bit more moisture in there. It is one of the things on the 30-day crew where what you learn is you learn in part the proper technique and how to use the tool, bring it to your face, keep angle low, light pressure, and as well as the interaction with the chemistry you use, meaning soaps or whatever. And I'm using like I pretty much always do when I test razors. I like Sterling Sheep mutton tallow soap. I just don't think there's stuff I haven't tried, but there's nothing that I've tried that is slicker, has a better resilient residual slickness than the sheep soap. And I get the unscented. Next time I buy it, I'm going to buy one of the, they have to scent them strong with, I'll probably buy the Scots Pine because I like that. So one pass, I wiped it on a paper towel. There's a lot of hair on there. And then I'm going to see if I can finish up with the essence. By the way, when I was wetting my face with my hand, I often do that to kind of feel how I did, what I may have missed, where I need to work a little bit longer. And that right there, what you saw me do, is a better shave than I got with my first straight razor shaves. Okay, not that my first straight razor was not sharp, because it was, okay, but it was the learning process. And generally, by the time you get to 100 or a couple hundred open blade shaves, pretty much you'll have it down. So I'm going to try and go ahead and see if I can get to a second thing with this and pick it up. The Pro Guard is a blade that I just do not feel is a threatening blade to use. Those that are considering to move to, oh, by the way, the Pro Guard blade, the guarded blade, real quick history that I had done on it. The guarded blade was initially where you have basically a thin metal, a foil type thing that's I guess it's die cut flat, and it's applied to the blades around the edge of the blade with the little perforations in it. It was developed by I think they were American Safety Razor at the time, the Persona folks, which were at that time owned by Philip Morris. And during that time, in the late 60s, they had a lot of money coming in for R&D. That was the one result was their guarded blade, which I've seen guys use and guys get a hold of the double-edged blades that had the guard on it. And they market one to this day that is called the Bump Fighter, okay, by Persona. And it is targeted at men of African descent that have generally pretty coarse hair that kind of curls, and the use of multiple blade cartridges, which have a tendency to grab and really get down in there, can leave, like, you know, on most people, but especially men in that category, leave them with ingrown hairs that are a perpetual problem for them. So that's where it came from. The patents, I guess, ran out on that, and they still make the Bump Fighter, which is a cartridge type razor, and then Kai makes one, and Feather makes two different ones that they have with the guard on them. But if you are a person who is a little hesitant in jumping into open blade shaving because of the potential to get a cut, this is a good option for you, an excellent option to have. So, enough talking, let's shave. It is a tool, it is a setup that I can feel just a little bit more carefree with it and a little less threatened. I've been told that you can still cut yourself with these, but I never have yet. And I'm still applying the same principles I learned in the 30-day crew. Low angle, light touch, stretch the skin. And there we have it, a 2-pass shave. Off camera, I'm gonna just do that extra half a pass, which is a cleanup underneath here that I usually do. But really close. Great tool. I'll be finishing up with today. The brush was the JT Spartan of the Shave Den. The glorious stank is the Sterling. This was a special run. Occasionally this will come up at Sterling in the name of Zuka, Tsuka. Okay, I hoarded this stuff. It is the glorious stank that I really love that. So I'll be putting that on Cinco de Julio at the Shave Den. And the Essence by Tedalus, and my salute to my special friend Jeff. Glad to have you back in the game, brother. I think I may have forgotten to say who won the throwdown. While the popsicle stick shavers are wonderful, and a lot of people, maybe that's what they want. That's not what I want. The Essence by Tedalus wins it hands down. I usually don't go chasing the baby. Really, with almost any of my shaves, I don't, because I just don't. It's a popular belief that, after a couple hours, your beard grows in and it's it's back in again anyhow. But it's one of the things that we like to do to get the BBS, to chase the baby. An interesting thing that I found, and it has always been my problem with edge forward shaving devices, was in this area here, my hair grows this way, which is another one of the 30-day crew principles. And it's not only the 30-day crew, but one of the principles, you need to know which way the hair grows. And to get the closest possible shave, okay, in my opinion, for me, you do need to make an against the grain pass with your shaving device in there. Now, whether it was this side or this side, for me, it was always difficult because the closest I had normally found was something like this, but the length of a lot of these made it difficult, to get in there and to try and do that. And I did something today that I really liked, and this is another advantage of a replaceable blade straight razor has over a true straight. And it came up recently where one of the things you can do is without a blade, and I've cleaned up and taken the blade out of this, but you can play around and you can test how you're going to hold it, and it will help you become a little bit more easy acclimated to how you're going to grip and how you're going to do as you move into open edge shaving. But I did something, and I found out that it was quite interesting to do on this tool, because this tool has, for me, an incredible reach. Something I don't think, and I got this area for the first time today really well with a straight razor. I've done it in other ones, and the move that I made, okay, because doing this is hard for me because I can't really see. Okay, so by the time I bend and stretch back, and I've seen guys do this, and they do well with it, and that's what you got to do. But for me, what I did was I came across this way, okay, and I could grip the tool, okay. I'm trying to think what grip I used. I think a non-folding Kamasori style. If I had one, I don't have one, I probably would have figured out how to do this. But a grip like this and being able to stretch back this way was how I was able to make that. And I can look and I can see in the mirror, okay, where I am, how I'm doing this. And it seemed to work for me. And I was much more comfortable with that, where I'm still on a limited sight distance. being able to do that with a guarded blade. So there is another advantage to a replaceable blade straight razor, and the win definitely goes to, from the most unique and deluxe popsicle stick razor against the most unique and deluxe replaceable blade shaving tool, the Tedalus by Essence wins hands down. I'm retiring the popsicle stick razor after this. So once again, guys, have a good one. Have a great 4th of July holiday.